英単語学習総集編その3ナンバー21からナンバー30。この動画は難しめの単語定義を長めの英文で説明、聞きながら単語の意味を推測することでリスニング内容理解力を高めます。それぞれの動画の後にクイズがあるよ。まもなく動画が始まります。今日の単語はnoxious。
Okay, let's start. Noxious means harmful, dangerous, or poisonous. It is used to describe things that can hurt people, animals, or the environment. You can use noxious when talking about gases, chemicals, or behavior. For example, breathing in noxious smoke during a fire can make you sick. A factory might release noxious waste into the air or water, causing health problems. The word can also describe actions or attitudes, such as noxious gossip or hate speech, which can harm people emotionally. Noxious always suggests something negative or damaging. That's all about noxious. Thanks.
ここでクイズ。noxious の意味は？ noxious は有害な有毒なという意味の形容詞です。まもなく動画が始まります。今日の単語はbarren。
Okay, let's start. Barren means not able to produce anything useful, such as crops, plants, or results. It often describes land, but can also describe other things like ideas or efforts. You can use barren when talking about nature or situations. For example, a desert is often barren because plants cannot grow there. A tree that never produces fruit may be called barren. People also use the word for things like a barren mind or a barren plan, meaning there are no ideas or results. The word gives a feeling of emptiness or lack of growth. That's all about barren. Thanks for listening.
ここでクイズ。barren の意味は？ barren は痩せた不毛のという意味の形容詞です。まもなく動画が始まります。今日の単語はtransient。
Okay, let's start. Transient means lasting for only a short time. Something that is transient comes and goes quickly and does not stay long. You can use transient to describe feelings, people, or conditions. For example, a transient rain shower may last just a few minutes. A person who moves from place to place and stays only briefly is called a transient guest or worker. Some emotions, like anger or sadness, can be transient if they pass quickly. The word is often used to show that something is temporary, not permanent. That's all about transient. Thanks for listening.
ここでクイズ。transient の意味は？ transient は一時的な束の間のという意味の形容詞です。次は、まもなく動画が始まります。今日の単語はdepict。
Okay, let's start. To depict means to show or describe something using words, pictures, or art. It helps others understand what something looks like or feels like. You can use depict when talking about books, paintings, or movies. For example, a story may depict life in a small village. A painting might depict a peaceful mountain scene. Movies often depict strong emotions like love or fear. The word is often used when someone is trying to create a clear image or message for others to see or imagine. That's all about depict. Thanks for listening.
ここでクイズ。depict の意味は？ depict は〇〇を描写するという意味の動詞です。まもなく動画が始まります。今日の単語はcourteous。
Okay, let's start. Courteous means being polite, respectful, and considerate toward others. It shows good manners in both words and actions. You can use courteous in many situations. For example, a student who holds the door open for others is being courteous. A driver who lets another car go first at an intersection is acting in a courteous way. In conversation, listening carefully and not interrupting is also courteous. The word often describes behavior that makes people feel respected and comfortable. That's all about courteous. Thanks for listening.
ここでクイズ。courteous の意味は？ courteous は礼儀正しい、丁重なという意味の形容詞。まもなく動画が始まります。今日の単語はhumility。
Okay, let's start. Humility means not thinking you are more important or better than others. It is the quality of being modest and respectful. You can use humility in many situations. For example, A famous athlete may show humility by thanking their team instead of only praising themselves after a win. A student who scores the highest in class but still listens to others' ideas shows humility. Even leaders can gain respect by showing humility when they admit mistakes. The word suggests kindness, respect, and a lack of arrogance. That's all about humility. Thanks for listening.
ここでクイズ。ヒュミリティの意味は？ヒュミリティは謙虚謙遜という意味の名詞です。まもなく動画が始まります。今日の単語はintimidate。
Okay, let's start. To intimidate means to make someone feel afraid, nervous, or less confident. It often happens when someone uses power, threats, or strong behavior to control others. You can use intimidate in many situations. For example, a boss speaking in a very loud and harsh voice might intimidate employees. A strict teacher's glare can intimidate a class into staying quiet. Even a large, loud dog might intimidate visitors. The word is often used when someone tries to gain control by creating fear. That's all about intimidate. Thanks for listening.
ここでクイズ。インティミデートの意味は？インティミデートは〇〇を脅すという意味の動詞です。まもなく動画が始まります。今日の単語はcaptivate。
Okay, let's start. To captivate means to strongly hold someone's attention or interest, often because something is very beautiful, interesting, or exciting. You can use captivate when talking about people, performances, or experiences. For example, a great singer can captivate an audience with a powerful voice. A beautiful sunset can captivate travelers and make them stop to take pictures. A well-written book can captivate readers so much that they cannot put it down. The word shows a strong and lasting attraction. That's all about captivate. Thanks for listening.
ここでクイズ。captivateの意味は？captivateは〇〇を魅了するという意味の動詞です。まもなく動画が始まります。今日の単語はrecede。
Okay, let's start. To recede means to move back or become smaller, weaker, or less noticeable. It often describes water, hair, or problems that slowly go away or shrink. You can use recede in many situations. For example, after heavy rain, floodwater may slowly recede from the streets. A person's hairline may recede as they get older. Pain or fear can also recede over time as someone starts to feel better. The word gives the feeling of something fading, pulling back, or becoming less strong. That's all about recede. Thanks for listening.
ここでクイズ。recedeの意味は？recedeは後退する去っていくという意味の動詞です。まもなく動画が始まります。今日の単語はbestow。
Okay, let's start. To bestow means to give something important, often as an honor or gift. It is usually used in formal or respectful situations. You can use bestow when someone gives a title, award, or special gift. For example, a university may bestow an honorary degree on a famous person. A king might bestow a medal on a brave soldier. In everyday speech, we sometimes say a person bestows kindness or wisdom, meaning they generously share it with others. The word shows that what is given is valuable or meaningful. That's all about bestow. Thanks for listening.
ここでクイズ。bestowの意味は？bestowは〇〇を授ける与えるという意味の動詞です。お疲れ様でした。和訳付きやシャドーイング用の動画は概要欄をチェック。チャンネル登録お願いします。